Yeah, excellent. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the live feed, the live watch along with myself and Vincy so far. I'm sure somebody else will, or other people will come along. And welcome. It's a bit late, but that's okay. Better late than never. It is 0-0 between Sheffield United at, is it Bramall Lane that they're at these days still?
Yeah.
Bramall Lane, Sheffield United versus Arsenal. It's 0-0. In the last minute or so, Saka just missed by a whisker. It just, when the ball just skims the crossbar. So we had an early chance. From the lineup, I can see Partey's on there, Pepe's on there, Saka. Is that Martinelli? No, it's not Martin. It's not Martinelli, is it?
Yeah, Martinelli's getting a little run out today, man.
Okay, well, he needs a little run out. He needs a big run out.
I think Arteta was listening. I think he sometimes logs into the group and listens to the comments and adjusts the lineup.
Yeah,
the family.
yeah. What's up, Aaron?
Yeah, big up, Aaron. What's going on, bro?
Yeah. So, okay. I think who's that being fouled? Is that Pepe by Osborne without an E? Yeah. So it's 0-0 so far. Seem to be having much of the ball. I've only literally just turned on in the last couple of minutes. So be very keen to know what the lineup is and also the formation. But yeah, I think Arteta is feeding the pressure. And I think maybe he knows that, if he doesn't deliver in this game, then there are problems.
Well, it seems like something's going on because his captains seems to have got man flu or a variant of some kind of flu, which has caused him to force a change in attack. I think it's a good move in regards to bringing Saka on the left side, just to give a bit of balance. Yeah, we've got a little substitute in attack with him missing, but we should be able to compensate that today. I mean, it's going to be a tough little contest, but we should be able to get a result.
Yeah, we should do against this lot who are propping up the table. So if you look at the lineup, we've got Leno in goal, who doesn't fill me with great confidence. Chambers holding Murray in defence. I guess he's playing a back three. Saka, Ceballos, Xhaka, Partey. And then we've got Pepe, Lacazette, and Martinelli. I'm actually quite glad that Aubameyang is dropped. He's probably on the bench actually, with alongside Ryan, Bellerin, Cedric, Gabriel, Elneny, Aziz, who I've yet to see play, Willian, who needs to stay away from the bench, Nelson and Nketiah. What's up? 18. Yeah, I just think that if we don't get a result, then I don't know. I just don't know. I mean, watching Arsenal these days is like watching paint dry. Actually, does matter.
What's going on, 18? Big up.
I would like to see more versatility. Try going up to the middle instead of just in the wings. And I think sometimes when we do try and go through the middle of the park, we just get swamped, and we have been swamped a lot this season. And is that Saka running down the left cross? Oh,
this is going to be one of these games where by any means necessary we get a result. So I may put a little bit of pressure on myself and with the ratings right now, but it's not going to be pretty. It looks like a bit of playground football going on right now, but end-to-end stuff, man. Someone's got to score before break time.
so So I take it Chambers, Holding, and Mari are back three. Saka, I don't know if he's got Saka and Ceballos on the wings, and then he's got Xhaka, Partey, Pepe. Okay, and then he's got Lacazette and Martinelli up front. Okay.
Big up, Cool K.
What's up, Cool K?
What's going on, bro?
Yeah. But so far, I mean, what minute are you on, Vincey?
I'm on 8 minutes and 13.
Okay, I'm 8:37.
Okay.
Sheffield United have got the ball. Really? I'm 9 minutes in. Okay. Apollo's ahead of us. What's up, Victor?
What's up, Victor? Big up, man. Big up, D.
G-Dub says, why is Mikel playing Son to the level of the opposition? I'm out.
Yeah, it's been a tough weekend for me, man. It's been tough with the volcano in St. Vincent.
Yeah.
I only just got to speak to my mum this morning at about 3:00. So it's just been like frantic, just trying to get in contact to find out what's going on. But
is she okay?
Yeah, she's cool. It's just she's in the house on her own, so it's she has to keep the doors closed because of the sulfur. Oh,
I know. Nearly. Close shave.
So yeah, Sheffield United just nearly had a chance. Sorry there, Cool K. So yeah, it was just it's just the start of difficult times for them on the island now. There's no this volcano going to keep erupting and throwing out ash and large pebbles and what have you, and you're just waiting for the next pyroclastic flow that comes down the mountain, and whatever gets in its path is destruction. So it's still early days. Man. So
I know a lot of people have been transported by speedboats to St. Lucia, nearby St. Lucia and Barbados. I mean, they're relatively nearby for their safety. Yeah, we know, Aaron. What was that like? Anyway, yeah. So I hope everyone's, whether they've remained in St. Vincent and in Barbados and St. Lucia.
Yeah, it's just it's just amazing that how the ashes on went over to Barbados. But yeah, up north of the island, it's crazy the amount of ash. And the thing is, the ash is so good for the soil, so they're risking their lives collecting some ash in certain areas. So it's crazy. It's really crazy.
If Godric could shoot, they would have scored. Yeah, it wouldn't have looked good. Gregory says this is why, after seeing Arteta this season, I want him gone. Aside from clueless coach wannabe, he is a very nasty, vile little man who has an agenda against certain young players who threatens his insecurities. I don't know about that. Well, I mean, he is stifling. I would say that he's stifling the progress of some of the young players. And part of me thinks that he was forced into playing. He was only if it wasn't for injuries, he would never have played Saka and ESR. So I don't know about being a nasty little man.
Greg,
I agree with all that.
Arteta at all, man.
But needless to say, attacking and defending well. How far now are we attacking and defending well? We seem to be okay. I mean, they could have scored. We could have scored as well. So,
end-to-end stuff, man. It's
yeah.
end-to-end stuff.
Right, let me. So while this is going on, go and see how dinner is. I'm watching. Okay. Come on, Arsenal. You should actually be 1-0 up so far.
Seems to be a different energy in the players than on Thursday.
Oh, couldn't keep.
Is Nelson on the bench?
I believe so. I don't know why Ceballos is actually on the pitch.
Go on, send it. Good ball. He's out to the flank to Martinelli. He leaves it for who's that? We tried to get that cross in. Oh, it's Ceballos.
Him.
How did my mate get on the pitch without me knowing? Corner to Arsenal. Let's see what's going on.
Right, so you've got a corner, as you said, and we'll just. Who's taking his corner? Pepe.
I like Pepe.
Come on, Pepe, make it count.
Yeah, how's this with my mic? Is it still low, guys?
No, it's actually quite clear. It's actually quite loud as well.
All right. I think the closer it gets to, I have to eat it. It's one of them type of mics.
Come on, kick it out. Get as far away from the defense area as possible. You can hit, yeah.
Oh, come on. Why let it bounce? Oh, that was Xhaka who let it bounce. Cleared it away, though. Panic averted.
There now, Vinci.
Mr. Loverman, Vinci.
Mr. Loverman.
Yeah, them tunes are big back in the day, man.
Champion lover. My favorite monkey. How anyone finds that sexy?
Bogle eras, man. Bogle era.
Here's another tune that you may remember.
Oh,
Girl flex, time to have sex. That one.
Yeah. Yeah, pirate radio station sessions. Yeah, miss them days. Oh, a little bit of composure in attack, and we could be ahead here. Good energy in the team right now.
Which you've not been good at of late. Well, on Thursday we actually played well, apart from the last 2 seconds.
Okay, so look how bad our midfield are. Is Sheffield, just don't shit yourselves. Aaron says, me, Greg, and D do a live stream debate about Arteta versus Arteta lovers.
Oh my
God. I wonder if on the forum what the split would be for those for Arteta and those against.
I'd probably say 50-50.
I think some people want to say Arteta out, but they don't want to feel the backlash on the forum. as each result.
I mean, a lot of people in the Facebook page and all of them, some people are quite vocal.
Mm.
Who do you want?
Yeah, and I think I think it's a case where it's not so much does the person who they're replacing validate the the opinion of others. It's just a case of they're that frustrated with Arteta and expecting him to make some better decisions for the team, and that's where it is when you get frustration like that and poor results. It does take its toll. I think Apollo was saying he did a poll on YouTube. Yeah, it'd be good if you bring up the stats, Apollo, from that just to see what the fan base have said. I just want to see him playing these kids and the kids develop. If I can't see that, then I've got a problem with any manager right now, because we've got some players who can make a difference and have made a difference positively, where our senior players have failed. Stylistic says this is so bad to watch. What's going on, Stylistic? Yeah, man, it's Sheffield United playing around like passing the ball around like they're Madrid. Unlucky.
We tend to make crap teams look like Real Madrid.
So Apollo's put this poll up, and he said if Arteta fails to win the Europa Cup, does he keep his job for next season? And 43% doesn't matter. Arteta is still developing the team. 33% if Arteta gets knocked out, he should be sacked. And if Arteta wins Europa, then he gets reprieve. I would have sacked him after the League Cup personally, but I'm a different breed. I desperately want that League Cup. Evening, Nye. What's going on? How you doing? Victor says, Ebony, make my word mid-5 and twin striker includes Martinelli is the best for Arsenal. Definitely. I'm just happy whenever I see Martinelli on the pitch, man. The guy's got so much energy. And if you imagine he gets a run out, he's easily going to be a fan favorite whenever he plays. Yeah, 18. I'm wondering who do you think Greg G did vote for in that poll? Or how many times did Greg G vote? Evening, Nye. How you doing? Wow. Sheffield United keeper just hit the ball right on into Lacazette and it bounced right back to him. Cool K says he'll be sending Apollo £10 donation today. His channel has barely had any cash since he's been ill. Yes, we really do appreciate that, Cool K.
Yeah, thank you for that.
Big up. As I say, Apollo appreciates any contributions to the channel. Like and subscribe and share and just spread the love, man. Really appreciate it. D-Dub says he plays Martinelli but ruins the entire team balance by playing Xhaka behind him. What part of that is positive thinking and team growth?
Fair question. In life you are either a smart fellow or a fart smeller, says Caleb Watkins. Okay, so that was a clever flick. Martinelli. Close. Marked by Martinelli. See, this is what we need. We need Martinelli. You're just wide. You see what a threat he is?
Good back heel there by Ceballos.
Yeah, I still don't trust him, but yeah, that could have actually gone either way, but yeah.
He could have crossed that, but he took a shot. He's entitled to that. But he's getting into the game. That's what we need.
That was a nice little flick from, is that from Chambers? Come on, Partey, yeah. That's it.
Keep it moving. That's it.
Pepe, what kind of pass was that?
Oh, Lord have mercy.
I know. Finally, we take a shot out. We take an out shot in the box. Yeah, I mean, more time, like in the Wenger days, we've tried to walk the ball into the net, and we need to stop doing that. We need to start shooting a bit more.
"25 minutes gone. End-to-end football. Nobody really on top."
Okay, what's going on here?
Interesting results today.
Yeah, I saw, is it Man City, not Man City, Man United 3, Spuds 1.
Yeah, I watched that game. My wife was happy when Spurs scored, and then obviously not.
I take you to the Spurs fan.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to hear that.
It's all right, man. We went to school together, so I was used to them vibes from back in the day. But yeah, it's
yeah, I'm sure he'll get some grief. I'm sure he'll get some grief at the end of the season. Well, we're above you.
Do you know what? It's not even like that. And I think since my accident, watching Spurs has actually helped me kind of watch football, because I couldn't enjoy watching Arsenal. It's just too my nervous system, it will affect me. Adrenaline.
Okay.
So obviously watching Spurs with no passion is cool. Is no problem.
Oh dear. That was a nice little recovery towards our goal area. Come on, Pepe.
So Fabrice says in the chat, he says, question to everybody, all things equal, how better off would we be this season with Martinez in goal?
A lot better. Goal decisions would have been a lot better from Martinez. There'll be more of a command from his players if Martinez was in goal. there will be no indecisions or indecisiveness from Martinez, and Martinez plays from the back a hell of a lot better than Leno. Leno doesn't fill me with great confidence. I'm not saying that he hasn't played well. There have been games where Leno has played well, but he's no Martinez. Good evening, Michelle.
So put your comments in the chat. How far would we have been with the Martinez in goal? Evening, Michelle. What's going on? Apologies for spreading so much ash on your beautiful island of Barbados, but we've got some stuff going on in Vincy.
D-Dub says, guys, I'm sorry, but I've got to turn this match off. I want to get some sleep. Got Saka. He can use at left back, or even this Joel Lopez fella who's been training in the first team, but he shoehorns in Xhaka. This is what I mean. Seriously. Martinelli as a striker, start counting shots on goal.
Well, you know what? At the end of the day, was it Good Evening, Mr. Good Evening? Started off Xhaka at left back, which wasn't a problem. So I think it's at the end of the day, we shouldn't really have any problems down the left in that regard, and it should allow Partey to take control of that midfield with Ceballos next to him. So it's a trade-off for me.
I agree with Cool K. Martinez would be in the top four. I totally agree. I mean, it's not all. Here's Ceballos with that back pass again. Martinez is the third best goalie in the league. Apollo has said he's the best. Well, he's been Arsenal's best goalkeeper since, I guess, Lehmann. See, this is what I mean about. Thank you, Aaron, for your contribution. This carries on. We can say if this carries on, we can say goodbye to Tierney, Mari, Gabriel, Martinelli, and Partey. Why they're all too good? Why they're all too good for this rubbish?
Have a shot. Come on.
Oh, in the hands of the goalkeeper.
Oh, I'm lucky.
Again, Martinelli. Yeah. That's twice on target. Well, once on target, actually.
Well, if it didn't deflect off the defender, he would have forced the goalkeeper to make a save. So it was a good shot.
Nice little pass.
Yes, go on. Send it. Now bring it inside.
Oh.
Oh, unlucky. Chambers, unlucky. Just send it in there. Yeah, that's it. Go to him. Give him some support.
Oh, come on, man. Where was that back pass going? At least make sure someone's there if you're going to back pass like that.
Lucky Saka.
Martinelli has more shots on target than Aubameyang has had in his last 2 hours of play. How about last 4 hours of play? It's just 3 goals so far. Come on, Arsenal, you got this.
Seems like Apollo's have been a little bit false right there. I can't confirm it. I cannot confirm it. I cannot confirm it as yet, Apollo.
Yes.
I can about to confirm it.
You can confirm it now.
Confirm it.
It was coming. It was coming.
Man, like I said.
Arteta don't look too happy.
Yes.
Yes, Aaron. Boo! Says Naibi. Lacquer says stylistic. Yep.
Aaron's still not happy.
Who's the provider?
Man, like, it's I think it came off Ceballos. I don't think I'll be happy with that because Saka's in my dream team. So I need the guys to ignore that touch by Ceballos. Nah, Ceballos gets it. Nice touch by Ceballos. Very nice touch.
I still want him gone, but okay.
This
Restart
is
1-0.
Arteta's version of Tiki Taka.
And he's the captain today, is Lacazette. So thank you very much. Captain's performance.
Nice.
Well, yeah,
My man's
nice
paying for a
goal. Well
contract.
taken.
He's paying for a contract.
A contract from where? Here.
Vincy, Chris, Kamara, Tone. Big up, Andrew. Roach, big up. Where's Kamara from? Is it Bradford?
He's up. I think he's up north, actually.
Yeah, one of them up north.
Like the northwest area.
Yeah.
Lionel Richie, if he was English, yeah, him.
Very good goal. We needed that.
Yeah.
How many of you guys had Lacazette in your dream team?
I don't do dream teams. Oh, almost. From
Saka. Unlucky. Good pass. Good pass. Unlucky.
Nice one. Emery in. Arteta looks like he knows he's a dead man walking. Absolutely.
I tell you one thing, you can notice that Saka needed that game on Thursday, and even though he struggled through that, you can see a different Saka tonight. He's got a bit of a spring in his step, which is good. The assist for the goal, I will give it to Ceballos. It was a great little flick, backheel flick into the path of Lacazette. Read it. Great goal. Cool K says best goal we've scored this season. Nice, like it.
Okay, well, we best go. I don't know about best goal scored this season.
I think own goal should be up for best goalers for this season, man. On goal did all right.
Ceballos plays well. He's really good, but when crap, he's really shy. Yeah.
It looks like the standout player for our team right now is Nicolas Pepe. He's won 2 aerials, 1 key pass. Currently rating of 6.51. And actually, Martinelli's got 100% pass accuracy on 7 touches. So he's not had a bad game either. Aaron said it's the best because it was a good goal. That means Arteta will win the Champions League next year after Europe this year. This year now to the Arteta delusional fans. Apollo says, play your best players in position they're good in and get them to do the things they're good at. What is it with Ceballos? He waits until the season is nearly over to show he can play. Did that last season too. Well, to be honest with Ceballos, he does a lot of these flicks and he's got a good pass in him, but he sometimes forces it. He's not a player that I like, but he's so far in this game he's playing well. So Greg G says Ceballos is so bipolar. His performances are either great or he's the worst player on the pitch. Agree. They're never a happy medium. Too right with that. And in Europe, he's cost us a lot. A lot. So Apollo says, we look like such a different team with runners in behind. Pepe, Martinelli joining Saka in stretching the defence and open up spaces around them. Saka can do this role against anyone, by the way. Not just Sheffield United. Yeah, as I said, when Saka's fit, his mobility is it just transforms our team, and what he needs players around him is those who can run, those who good pass and energy, and that's why the likes of Smith Rowe, Martinelli, and Pepe love playing with Saka, because our football looks so much more fluid and potent when those guys on the ball and playing together. So Cool Case says, careful reminder not to let Danny Ceballos patent last season's purple patch fool you. Patented purple patch fool you. The hit mature elsewhere. I totally agree.
Yep, I agree with that as well. He's just not been good enough as far as I'm concerned, and I think he's made too many mistakes. Almost as many as Xhaka. 101, I'm loving Martinelli movement, just decision making been poor. Okay. I mean, he's had the most shots on goal, to be fair. Needs second and third goal. Story of a lot of these matches has been not building on the lead. We have been a bit complacent when, not even a bit, we have been complacent when we've taken the lead, i.e. Thursday. Okay, come on, Chambers. Partey. Sorry, is that Partey? That is going out of play. It's free. That'll be a corner to Arsenal, which Pepe is going to take.
So Michel says 49 in 124 for Laka. 49 goals in 124 minutes.
That's not too bad, I guess. Could have been better, but on Thursday.
Oh, 124 games, I'm presuming. Is that games, Michel?
I mean, he should have scored on third. Oh, come on.
Oh, finish.
Oh,
lucky.
Yeah, blocked by McGoldrick. If he'd have scored on Thursday, how the hell are you going to miss an open goal?
Oh, okay. So, yeah, Michel was 49 goals in 124 appearances, Premier League appearances.
Oh, the Premier League. Okay.
Yeah. And Greg G says you also need Martinelli and Pepe, etc., to play closer to goal. If you play Lacazette with Willian, they can just park their defense on the halfway line. Totally agree with that again. You need threats behind these defenses now in the Premiership. And as I say, that link-up play, the energy with those youngsters it's just beautiful to see. It's fluid, and it scares defenders because they don't know who to track once you get that movement. And that's what I was screaming, I think, after the fourth.
Why are you trying to shoot? Why are you trying to shoot when you've got players in front of you? Why don't you just pass it to someone who's better positioned? Sometimes there's a time to shoot and there's a time not to shoot.
After the fifth game, sorry, Ebony, after the fifth game this season, this is what I was screaming for. This type of movement, because we were just dire early on. So Neomis, what's going on, Neomis? Big up, bruv.
Union 101, this starting 11 playing today. Has started to played very well today. I'm loving the synergy between the midfield and the attack. Probably because Sheffield United are, come on, man, just stop the blood. Ugh. Great Gabalaka, Wenger will be proud. No, Miss, where are you today? You're not coming on.
You're jumping at half time.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're probably not wrong there, Greg. Neomis Brown has PTSD. I saw the way how Neomis reacted when Apollo put up a goal, and it was the goal for Ajax in the Man United game.
Oh no! To be fair, I was at that as well, but I wasn't nowhere near
funny
as angry.
That was too much.
That's a good save by Leno. I'm having Wi-Fi issues.
Oh dear.
I'm having Wi-Fi issues, and I'm watching you guys on my phone.
Bola says there's been a real hunger in this Arsenal side in the opening half, and a perfect response to the disappointment of last week.
And this week.
And the week before that.
Oh God! You know. I can understand why Miss may have PTSD. I've just been kind of almost dragged to Ray and his or her nephew.
And
nephew.
Don't let this team turn you to drink, man. It's not good, man.
No, it will never turn me to drink. They just baffle me, and they anger me at times.
So who's this Facebook user? I'm not sure if anyone can just holler out there saying, "Let's get behind the manager." Supporting. Oh, that's
CJ, the DJ London. Okay, so we've got 3 minutes of added time.
Okay.
Is it 1 minute? Ebony, I'm playing Jodeci. Which one?
Victor, what tune you playing? Victor, what tune you playing, man? I need to know. You can't just say any. You know, you just can't say any Jodeci, man. We need
Forever,
to find
my
out
lady.
what's running.
It's like a dream.
Ooh, sent. Well, they're all over them, going for a second one.
Okay, so in the second minute, we're in the second minute of added time. PTSD, you know.
For real, it's real.
Everyone needs to remember. Everyone needs to remember we are playing the worst team in the league who've lost 24 out of the 30 games. You shouldn't get too hyped about our performance. You know what? A win is a win right now. Hold on. Something's gone to VAR. Okay.
I think we've got to celebrate the good times when they come. You know, we've had a rough season, and that was a really good goal. So we've got to give credit where it is. Looks like VAR was looking at a possible handball.
Yeah, didn't give it though.
So yeah, we're going into the half 1-0 up.
Performance, I've been fairly happy with it. Pass and movement. I'm playing Maxwell for you whenever we're okay. First half performance, I'm fairly happy with it. Pass and movement, I've been happy with. The chances coming from Martinelli, sorry, I've been happy with. You know, we're shooting outside the box. We're defending reasonably well, although Sheffield United could have actually had a couple of goals. You know, we could have had a couple of goals as well in the first half. I just think that, it's the kind of performance that, that is produced when we've disappointed, and Lacazette took his goal well. It's been okay. It's been all right. But I mean, I wish, the kind of performance that we've produced today. I wish that it could be constant, but we don't do constant performances. We tend to take the lead, and in this season alone, there's been many times when we've taken the lead and we've just sat back and been complacent.
Yeah, Cool K is saying if Cool K was saying if Pepe had Martinelli's personality, he would be a real dangerous player, and if both of them started every game, would be in the top 4.
Yeah, especially Martinelli. This is when you think about the fact that Aubameyang has been misfiring in the last let's just say 6 hours of game time. And when you think of the fact that he's persisted with the players that have led to the downfalls of Emery, Wenger, and Ljungberg, and he's continued that trend. It's like, well, this is why a lot of fans are on his back, because the same players that have disappointed the last 3 managers are going to disappoint him, and he will end up getting the sack. Not that I want him to get the sack, but sometimes you have to think, you have to sit down, you have to be brave, and I don't think Arteta makes brave decisions.
I mean, for me, the thing for me, the first half, it's good because we're playing some fluid football. This is an Arsenal team that is going to give chances. So we open. Big decision playing Xhaka in left fullback, and he's doing a job. And that's, for me, if players can do a job so the team can function and allow those in a better opportunity to take the chances, that's a cohesive team for me. So in midfield, Ceballos and Partey, they may not have been pressing, but they're handling the attack in good tandem, and it's contributed to the flow and balance on either side with Martinelli. Martinelli's pace and having shots on the left side, Saka on the right hand side. So that gives Lacazette that confidence that he doesn't have to be dropping so deep. And it's shown when Ceballos popped up there and contributed to the goal. So no, it's positives, and this is just what we want as fans. We want to see fluid football. We want to see us going at teams. Yes, we would like to go in with more with a bigger lead, but we've shown that we're up for it today. So it's positives for me, man. Positives all around.
Yeah, I mean, the positives to take away from the first half is that Martinelli is playing and he's actually providing chances on goal. And I think that in the last, how many games we've got left? 6 after this one. I think in the last few games, I think he needs to persist with Martinelli and just drop Aubameyang. If you are going to bring Aubameyang on, bring him on as a late sub. That I don't mind. That's the kind of sub that I don't mind being made late, because Aubameyang has not been playing well, and I've said this many times. Let the children play. It is the kids that have actually, they got us out of the relegation or just above relegation. They're the ones who are actually more hungrier than the older guards.
Yeah, Apollo was saying, good points there, Ebony. Apollo was saying quality Arsenal moves throughout. Aubameyang or Willian in sight. We need to be getting another couple of goals here to get the confidence up going into the Prague second leg. Cool K says this front three has to play more. Maybe Abba for Laka, but having Martinelli, Pepe, and Abba or Laka with Saka supplying is good. Emphatically, Neomis is saying he does not want to see Abba today. He doesn't want to see him in his car, in traffic. He doesn't want to see him in an Arsenal shirt. He just doesn't want to see him.
I don't want to see his hairstyle.
Apollo saying, Naomi's, can you tell how excited the rest of the team are to play with Martinelli? They have been inspired by his mere presence. The man's just inspiration, man. You have a youth at that age running up and down, not afraid to play like that, whoever he's playing against, and that just shows the talent that that kid's got. Danny, what's going on, man? Big up yourself. He says Pepe has been lit today. He has. These guys look happy. GK says, how many of these players can we at least get 3 consistent performances out of a month? I'll probably count 2 or 3 in Tierney or Saka.
I'd say Smith Rowe, when he's not injured as well.
Yeah, I think the problem is it's Arteta's the reason why they probably can't get this consistency, because he's not giving them a consistent run in. But I think Martinelli, you'd get this type level of consistency and more. Once he stays injury free, the guy's lethal. Victor says, GK, they need to grow as in 11 inches in Arteta's process. So grow into Arteta's process. But the geezer just picks and chops and chooses to drop players without reason, plays them off their number.
I would agree with that as well. Yes, Apollo. It is obvious the team is more balanced. Yeah, I mean, this is Martinelli is a player that we want to see more. Why Arteta's not been playing him, I don't know. Cannon for the TV says, has Xhaka finally found his correct position? I don't know, and I don't care. Don't want him in the team. Cool K says, Cannon for the TV, yeah, away from all the action where he can do no damage.
You know what? That's not a bad question by Alex. Good evening, Alex. Because if he plays solid in that position, you can kind of compensate for that in the midfield, and you know that you those midfielders don't have to worry about that type of slow play from him, even though he does keep it moving. So yeah, it's shown today. Obviously, the opposition isn't as strong, but Ceballos, I've never seen Ceballos and Partey play like this together. So good. I think they've only played one. I think it's twice they played together, maybe 3.
I'll choose to chuck it down. Didn't he keep it moving? Has seen us sink to 11th place. Is that where we are now? 11th place.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm not even sure if Arteta has really been keep it moving. You think that's with Xhaka? Again, it's tactics. Xhaka does keep the ball moving, and at times we do look very immature in midfield with what to do with the ball. But it's frustrating for me seeing some of the training clips and some of the routines that they do with the ball, and they come out on match day and they just do foolishness, and they don't want to move out of fear of what not being in their position when Arteta wants them to do, or not taking a game to the opposing team. It's just very disappointing when you just want your team to just go at the opponent and take the game to them.
And that's certainly something that we need to do on Thursday. I don't know how confident people are for Thursday. All I know is that, we've got to score at least. If they score 1, we've got to score 2. If they score 2, we've got to score 3. And I just think that, if we don't make the Europa, if we don't make any European football next season, I don't think Arteta should get the sack. I think he should be given one more chance.
No, someone's got to speak to him with some bass in their voice and tell him to fix up. That's for sure.
Oh dear. You know, sometimes my brain hurts.
No, my brain kind of hurt after that match on
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 Thursday.
Thursday. And I'm just sitting here thinking when you're saying, okay, what's my thoughts for this Thursday? And I said, you know what, it's going to be, we do foolishness. We've got the tendency to just play some high class buffoonery on the football pitch, and so you got to kind of expect it. And then in the second leg away, you can't just go over there thinking, you know what, you're just going to blast this team off their own ground, which we should. But yeah, I think there's going to be some twists and turns at some point during the game. I just hope we need to score. That's for sure. So I think Apollo's just popped out. I'm just going to read through that. GK say he doesn't have to do the hard midfield running. I guess that's in regards to Ceballos. So he just uses vision and range to pass. And yeah, Victor's saying because Ceballos is playing as not playing as a defensive midfielder. Danny says, guys, let's not get too hype about Xhaka at left back or any other players' performances today. Sheffield United are the worst opposition we've seen in a long time. GK says, yes, Ceballos is playing further advanced. And Alex agrees with him. A quiet Xhaka makes for less stress. Amen to that, Alex. GK says he's just too flashy on the ball. Got to keep it simple. As a number 8. And Victor's response to Danny says, yeah, look at the details. See the ideology today. GK's response to Alex says, couldn't agree more. But Apollo has an agenda. Admin has an agenda? I don't believe it. I think he's probably lost the X on his keyboard because he can't give any love at all to Xhaka in his player ratings. So GK says, so even if he makes a horrible pass, he's going to slander him over it. And Danny says, we can't afford to keep wasting time on the Arteta experiment. If he doesn't win the Europa, he should go. We have talented young players who will leave should this continue. Yeah, I just think he needs a stiff talking to from those above, and Edu's he's got to come out and say it. You're going and scouting all these youngsters, and you're trying to help us in the transfer market. We got to be playing them. They're part of the rebuilding. We've got to look like we have a system and have some identity of Arteta's ball, and that has to come with these youngsters showing what they've done over the winter period. It was huge for the club, and it's something that I don't think Arteta should ignore or should be allowed to ignore going into next season. Victor says, come Thursday, Willian as a playmaker and Abba to drop and defend. And GK saying, please no. Fair play to Willian. That free kick was a nice free kick. Outside of that, it wasn't that much. He was probably having a conversation with someone on that left hand side because he was a little bit idle outside of that in the first half. But he hasn't played too bad the last few games in the Europa. So
I just don't want to see Willian on the pitch again. I seriously don't.
So we're on the way on my screen.
Yeah, we are. Yeah.
Sheffield United are on the ball, and as far as I know, it doesn't look like there's been any substitutions. Ceballos, Ceballos likes to fall on the floor a little bit, doesn't he?
What have I missed?
Ceballos looked a little bit lost in midfield, and McGoldrick took control with a ball just outside the 18-yard box. And got a deflection for a corner. So United just taking a corner and they're looking to work the ball in, but Arsenal clear. Yeah, I'm stylistic. It's I didn't think that was a corner, but next thing I knew, my man there's with the ball at the corner flag taking a corner. I was like, that's a little bit of charity going on there.
You see, that shot on goal. Leno could have actually held onto the ball, but what he did was he decided to punch it out to the foot, at the foot of a Sheffield United player. This is why we need a better goalkeeper.
Yeah, that's just foolishness, man. I don't know what. See, that right there is PTSD, man. He's got something's happened to him in his career. Why my man's punching them weak balls out there, 2 yards out.
Martinez wouldn't do this.
Catch the ball. No one's in front of you. You got your own defender there. Why you? The rules of the game says that you can catch the ball. The stylistic agrees with you, Ebony. There, Victor saying that Arteta, the guy, is the mother of inconsistent. Michel saying Aubameyang hasn't managed a single shot in his last 3 Premier League appearances. Martinelli has 3 today, and that is quite damning stats for our captain. I repeat, captain.
It doesn't look good. This is why I don't mind Aubameyang being dropped. I really don't.
The thing is, we've got a player who can score 25 goals easily a season. And you've got to ask, yes, players do go off form, but he's just not happy in the system. Just not happy in the system. And it just shows in his attitude right now. And that is a huge concern after getting the money he's getting. And he's saying he wants to be an Arsenal legend. Go back and listen to that interview with Ian Wright, man. How are you going to be an Arsenal legend doing all that foolishness? Got to fix up. So yeah, again, Michel's comment: Aubameyang hasn't managed a single shot in his last 3 Premier League appearances. Martinelli has 3 today.
I think with Aubameyang, he doesn't actually backtrack a lot. And that's what I want to see from our captain. Doesn't backtrack. He needs to be fed. As it stands, we're 9th. And we have 7 games. We've got 6 games after this. If we win today, we go 1 point behind Tottenham.
Well played there, Martinelli, Ceballos, and Lacazette in getting out of a little hole on the left-hand side. We're still on the ball. Not looking like we want to do anything with it, but we managed to keep hold of it.
I think because Sheffield United are actually defending quite well.
Ceballos, you do move around for no reason. Just support the player, man. These guys are just left out a little bit isolated on the ball. We've got to show to them. Give them options to make triangles and 1-2s. So still Arsenal 1-0. 33-minute strike from Lacazette. Okay, Ceballos picks up the ball. Have a shot, son. Well, I'm seriously thinking Ceballos needs to change his studs because every pitch he plays on, he's falls to the ground too easily.
He's just useless.
Well played there by Chambers, tracking back there. Really on some serious pressure. Sheffield United on the attack.
They still are on the attack. Come on, Arsenal closing down. Stop ball watching.
We camped in our own half. Oh, he tries one.
Yeah. Goes wide.
And Leno's tangled up in the nets. May not be a bad thing for some of our fans, but give him time, he'll gather himself and launch it upfield.
Yeah, just kick the damn thing out.
What's he waiting for?
Why?
Seriously, Jeff? What's going on? If they get a goal from this, why was? Could someone tell me why Leno was just holding up the ball like that?
And then he decides, it's like he thinks he'll kick it out, but he decides to do a short pass. Oh, I need a better goalkeeper, man. Oh, they're just replaying the goal by Lacazette.
Yeah, it's a beautiful goal. Absolutely beautiful goal. Yeah, it's good for his confidence after his midweek performance.
We seem to be on the attack, and we give the ball away.
Oh, lucky. I'm seriously looking forward to seeing what our admin rates Xhaka's performance tonight. I'm gonna have to just go and get a lead for my iPad because I'm running out of battery. I'll be back in a second.
Okay, so Cool Case says Leno 13 games since his last clean sheet. Some of that has been his fault. Some of it hasn't. GK says Arteta for us. Guess he's resting Willian for the day. Hope he rests Willian for the rest of the season. Do not want to see him there at all. Okay, so Leno's got the ball and he's dawdling as per usual. Foul on Ceballos from Lundstrom. You now have a free kick, which was taken by Xhaka. Right, so we seem to be on the attack. Callum Chambers. What? Oh, stop going backwards, man. Come on.
So what did I miss? What happened? What's going on?
It's like Callum Chambers gets the ball and he decides to send it backwards. It's like, really?
I tell you what, Lacazette has really worked hard today.
Yeah, I see. We're on the
Really
attack
worked
now.
hard
Is that
to defend.
Pepe?
Send it.
Oh, over the bar. Lacazette.
Oh, unlucky Laka. Side foots over the bar. Should have had better connection based on his training, but unlucky. Good Arsenal movement and passing. Victor says Abba needs space to run like Vardy or Harry Kane. He needs to play against a team that camps in your area like Liverpool, City, the sort Martinelli can take on a defender. Definitely.
which Orba can't. Orba is a player that needs to be fair. That's his game. He's not a backtracker, he's not a tackler.
It's 56 minutes gone.
Still 1-0.
Still 1-0 Arsenal. Sheff United starting to come into the game, but as I say, Arsenal got the ability in this game to really cut through their team with instinctive passing, and they've done that pretty much in the all games. So
Has Sheffield United actually won anything this season? Or won any games this season?
14 points they've got. So yeah, I think they beat. Did they beat Liverpool? I think.
Okay.
Stylistic says that Abba should have got that shot on target. I agree. He should have done better with that.
We're on the attack again. Saka's
got it.
Tried to be intercepted by a Sheffield United. Oh yeah. Oh man, you could have crossed that.
Oh, don't get a yellow, Saka. Don't get a yellow for that, son.
No, you could have crossed that at the end.
Michelle says, now Vinci, some people have already marked Xhaka with -5 from the start of the game, probably. Then Meany.
As much as I'm not a Xhaka fan, when he plays well, I have to admit that he's played well.
And I think admin says, "Hey Misha, some people don't mark him at all." And you can see admin with his Apollo with his cheeky Wenger grin there. Aaron says, finally, Abu's getting older. He reads the game better. Keep him up top and feed him through balls. And bare crosses. So Naomi says, question to the panel, do you think we need to swap Saka and Pepe? I think we're missing something positionally and creativity. Right now, during this game,
No.
Ebony, what do you think on that?
No, I don't. I think keep them on. Just keep them on. I mean, who do we have to bring on from the bench? Oh. Okay, well done, Leno.
Well, here's the thing: you've got who's it? Saka's in the middle. It's interesting one. I think I kind of agree with what he's saying because Saka's naturally playing better on the right, and with Pepe more central, he can attack both sides at the defense. So yeah, I kind of agree with you, Miss. What's your thoughts on that?
I don't know who we've got actually to bring up. If you take either of them or both of them off, who do we have to?
Yeah, I don't think he was taking them off. I think he was just switching them in their actual positions on the on the pitch. Yeah, Naomi says I don't like Pepe on the right.
Well, neither do I. Neither do I. He's better. He's more effective on the left, and I think Arteta knows that. But for some reason, he keeps playing him on the right.
Left or central is the position for me. I'd pay Pepe. He gives him options, and once you've got a bit of space, you're there. Victor says, yeah, Aaron, I don't see why Arteta doesn't see that. Let Abu stand toe-to-toe with the opponent, centre-back. That's what he needs. But this issue that he has to fall back and defend, he ain't built for that. For real. So Arsenal's on the attack. Through ball to Saka. He steps over it. Chips it inside. Sheffield United defender clears it. Still on the attack there. Back now with Pepe. Swings it inside to Partey. Loose pass, but Mari steps in. 1-2 Pepe with Saka. And again, looks like it's ping pong right about now. Get a bit of composure here, son. Ends up to nothing. Signori says that's why Pepe is better at holding the ball up. Saka. Saka's delivery is better on the right. Yeah, totally agree there. And Apollo says Pepe has never let you down on the left hand side. And it's strange that the manager doesn't see that or doesn't want to see that.
Arteta needs to be asked why he persists with Pepe on the right when it's clear that he's more effective on the left, and he's a left-sided player. He's a left-footed player anyway, and that's one thing that we've been crying out for. Why play him on the right when you know he's not as effective?
Do you know what, guys? This is perfect. What we were saying about right now, that last passage of play. You know, Saka nice interchanging with Pepe, and yeah, Pepe's on his left, always looking to shoot. Takes a shot, ricochets off the defender, comes to Lacazette, and from there he hoofs it back into the box, and we lose a very positive passage of play. Yeah, that switch should, those, and I think the players could sometimes make that decision on the pitch. Pepe coming inside, Saka going out to the right hand side just for a little bit, just to see how things go.
I do agree with Greg G. We've not been as potent in the second half. It's almost like we've almost sat back, and now we've got Martinelli that's down, injured.
Well, was it hamstring or ankle?
It looks like hamstring.
I don't.
Oh, ankle.
Oh. Not looking good.
We cannot afford. We cannot afford another injury this season. This don't look good. So if he goes off, then Aubameyang will come on. Can you believe the luck of this kid? Martinelli is so injury prone. Now you know what Arteta doesn't want to play him, for Pete's sake. Or just a facting point, people. Arteta has made no substitutions.
Stylistic says he stepped on his ankle. I think he'd be fine.
Yeah, he's made no substitutions. Okay, Gabby's fine, hopefully. Yes, he's back on. Martinelli is made out of glass. Don't be horrible, Greg G.
Yeah, good play there by Pepe. Not Pepe, Partey in midfield. Martinez chasing down. It looks like he's recovered well from that ankle.
We have a free throw.
Nice. Kulke says this guy's made out of tissue paper. 1 ply or 3?
Be horrible, guys.
Saka's down
So,
now.
so they've had 53% of possession in the second half.
You know what? I'll go as far as to say that Martinelli could be a future Arsenal top goal scorer if he's given the chance. And I'll say that even with Balogun in the team. What's your thoughts?
I think Balogun should have a run.
Yeah, it's a question here, stylistic. Why is it so difficult to get that second goal? We just don't look composed on the ball, and when we're in good opportunities, Sheffield United defended with their lives, but we just look a little bit rashed in our play. Naomi says, how much do you want to bet Arteta will make a sub in the 70th minute and bring on Willian for which player? You know that's been written in stone, Victor.
Yeah, and guess what?
Wow. 60 is my watch is showing the 68th minute approaching.
And guess who's coming on?
Man like Willian.
Looks like for Saka. Yep.
Man like Willian. Oh no, Willian. Saka's trudging off.
You see, you got Reece Nelson on the bench. Why is he not coming on?
And this is the thing, you're not utilizing your squad when in situations, A, the guy can get experience. B, you can build his confidence. And yeah.
I'm hoping, Apollo, that Saka is okay for Thursday. I really hope. Oh, God.
Yeah, it looks like a dead leg. Ice bath session for him.
Krusty the Clown.
Man, like
Sorry,
Willian. Willian's going to come on. Yeah, and Yomis, you said in the last podcast and a few times that Nelson doesn't seem to have a future at Arsenal, and it's just disappointing that even in a game like this, Nelson can't get on. Oh, well played, Ceballos. Got that other sticky situation there. Well played.
Well played, but I still want you gone, Danny. Of course, they should have had Nelson. They should have brought on Nelson instead of Willian. I hope Martinelli will tell Willian something in Portuguese, actually, to restart Willian's software.
I love Pepe's skill and stuff, but in that situation, I know you're hold on to them balls in the last few minutes, man. You've got to release the ball and turn and look for the return ball, man. Stylistic says it looks like Arteta has abandoned Nelson. Yeah, man. I cannot confirm what Michel is saying. I cannot. I repeat, I cannot, and I will not. I will not until I see it. I will not. I trust my fellow admin my fellow moderator. Let's see how this goes in. Pepe's bursting through. Goalkeeper parries it, and Martinelli tucks it in. I can confirm. Ha! Delayed reaction. My man. The future of Arsenal, Martinelli. Love it. Get in there. Martinelli. In the right place, right time. Nice driving run there by Pepe. Makes the goalkeeper parry it.
Nice little tap in. Yep. Something that a certain Aubameyang can't do.
Look at that. His patience of holding the line is beautiful. You look across there. He's in line with Lacazette in the midfield, patiently waiting for the ball. Striker's instinct. Goal.
Goalkeeper doesn't clear it well enough.
Yeah, Apollo says Pepe played a big role in that goal. He did. Great driving run.
The assist. Pepe set that up, certainly.
Well, to put some pressure on my dream team now, I'm going to have to try and find a room for Martinelli and Pepe because, boy, they look like they're doing. Well done, Pepe, from Leomis. And Victor says, sniper assassin with an injured leg. We want three. We want three. We want three, Naomi says. Pepe again, superstar. Yeah, you know what? He's coming on strong. I mean, he had a lot of critics the first half of the season. Some people were looking to seek out where he lives to drive him to the nearest airport and drop him off at some club, man, because it was that bad for some fans. But he's come back strong. You know what I mean? I always believed in Pepe. I just didn't believe the manager was playing him in the right position. And I'm just glad he's showing his worth and showing what he can do, and hopefully we can get more out of him in the right position. So Apollo says, I've said it 100 times, Pepe is the most talented player in the team. Yeah, you said that. And I think also Bertram says that. And I know my fellow co-agent, the African Gooner, is a huge fan. Yeah, Aaron says 100% Apollo. So Arsenal's just pinging the ball around now. There's a lot of confidence now. Sheff United chasing the game, so there should be space in the back there if we just utilize it. Keep the ball moving. Williams on the ball. Pass it inside to Partey. He flicks it over to Xhaka in central position, central midfield right now. He's drifted in to collect it. Ceballos is on the ball. 1-2, lovely 1-2s there with Pepe. We're moving the ball well. Xhaka's on the ball again. Plays it into Lacazette. Lacazette into Ceballos. Ceballos into Pepe. Back to Lacazette. 1-2 with, must give. Lovely passage of play there by Arsenal. Ceballos
outside the box.
Pepe to Ceballos to Lacazette. And he gets brought down just outside the box. Beautiful play. 1-2s.
It looks inside.
Yeah. I would have given it. You're not the only one, Aaron. I got excited, man. I thought it was a pen. So you got free kick on the left-hand side. Man like Partey stepping over it. Williams there. Come on, guys, in the chat. Who do you think is going to take this free kick? Or where is it going to go?
Willian.
Yeah, William looks like he's intent. I'm delayed behind. Oh, my gosh. Seriously? William takes the free kick. the wall jumps and hits the wall in their knees. And that's all I can say about that free kick. Hits the wall in their knees. Seriously? But Chambers, man, he's got some energy. I do love about Chambers his positivity and his energy, man. It's nice to see. Not dilly-dallying looking for some square ball, man. He's looking very positive for runners. Yeah, Greg says they had a 2-man wall and William can't get past that. He needs to French Connection UK. Off. Aaron says he loves Chambers' fight. He keeps coming back. He does, man. The guy's got a good energy and good vision. And that's one thing is having vision and have the ability to get that pass there. He's helped us big time. Look like we're under pressure now. Boosters on the ball. Looks like a bit of ping pong going on there. Clear it, Ceballos. Don't take on the players. Just get the pass. We look like we got out of jail there. Corke says, Greg G. Willian used to score those for Chelsea. For us, he can't get past the wall. My man's on the 14 million signing on bonus. And he's struggling big time. Struggling. So Sheffield United seem to be maintaining pressure here.
Willian's best days are behind him. It's a fact. That's why he can't do it anymore.
So it's still 2-0 Arsenal, 78 minutes gone. Sheffield United on the ball. Looks like he's going to go out because we've got a Sheffield United player down on the floor, but they continue to play, ignoring the pain of their player. And it looks like their chances have gone of capitalising it because they've just been dilly-dallying on the ball. But they've managed to maintain possession.
Quite tightly.
Yeah, they're still on the ball, Sheffield United. We can't seem to get hold of it. I don't know what foolishness is going on. The injured players got up and they still had the opportunity to walk and still pass the ball, and Sheffield United still on the ball.
No,
and they're in the bench. Don't behave.
Willian has recovered it from inside our goal area. And what is going on here? Who's got a yellow card for what?
Wow. I just don't understand why we just can't do the simple things, man. Sheffield United running rings around us for about 2 minutes.
And so this is the problem. Sometimes, we do have this complacency about us. We've got a Sheffield United player down, injured in our box, in our goal area.
Yeah, 18 was saying, love Vincey on these podcasts. Big up, man. Love being here with the family, man. It reminds me of Apollo's positive nature. Also, I've never forgot that sensible soccer joke. You know what I mean, man? I just sometimes talk foolishness just to get at the craziness that our team inflicts on us, man. But it's just good to be with the family here with Ebony and you guys in the chat. Michelle says that it's a very late yellow for Mari. I didn't see how.
And only coming on. Miss Apollo badly wishing him well. He's fine. He will. I think he's coming back next month, hopefully, or the week after next.
Yeah, as I say, this as the family's grown on the podcast and his daily briefings that he gives, man, it's He's been a huge miss this year, but you know, I think what we all want is for Polo to come back healthy and strong and to be consistent, and that's the main thing. Um, we miss you, we love you, man, and as I say, Apollo
I was
just
trying to make a video a few days ago, didn't go well. I'll try again next weekend. Apollo, all we want is for your health to be 100% or near to 100%. Okay, don't do anything that you're not able to do. Okay, but we're eager for you to come back all well and safe. And do hit that like button and subscribe to the channel, people, if you haven't done so already.
yeah, and lovely passing there by Pepe. Beautiful movement this time with Martinelli inside the, the forward position, and he just couldn't get his right foot on it to hook it into the goal.
Looks like, you know, I didn't even realize that Holding. Well, actually, I did realize Holding's been quiet. Holding has been quiet this game.
Aaron says, "Guys, I'm a patient Arteta fan, but I can't stand his football. It's so boring and nervy. I know it's not because our players are shit, because of the decision he makes, and he's losing faith.
I agree. You know, we don't have rubbish players. It's just that, Aaron, it's because he's trying to do a Man City with Wenger's failures. So hold on a second. So is Martinelli coming off?
It looks like it. Just showing a replay of the goal.
Why are you taking him off when he's?
No, I say he's. I'll say take him off. Who's coming on for him? Man, like El Neni.
El Neni.
It probably looks like that cold that Aubameyang's got is quite serious, because taking off Martinelli now, and he's worked hard today.
Which is why I'm worried that he's. So the only attacking option that we actually have is Lacazette.
If United on the ball, they cross it.
Okay, so it's gone back into midfield. Still United with possession. And we've regained possession.
Willian looks a little bit lost there in defence there.
Because he is. Apollo says you can't take much from this game. Sheffield United are abysmal. We've played with aggression and tenacity. That's the key for me. Players have clearly not down tools either. Yeah, I mean, today's game we've actually played with a bit more fight. I think we've played today's game. We actually played with the same intensity as we did on Thursday. It's just that we've taken more of our. Oh, hold on a second.
Man, like I said, I was just drinking some water because Martinelli was drinking water on the bench, because that's my man. But it looks like they're.
I said this is going to be 2-0.
We've got three. We've got man like Lacazette, but I haven't seen the goal. It's coming though.
Banging through ball. He actually took the chance.
And a beautiful strike. He's celebrating like he's
lovely ball from Partey. Let me watch it again.
He's paying for his contract there. Lovely ball by Partey. That's what we want as Arsenal fans. Centre midfield, head up. Beautiful through ball to Lacazette. He runs onto it, and a positive strike. Bottom left-hand corner. 3-0. Game done. Arteta to go. Wenger who? Arteta ball on display at Bramall Lane today.
Excellent pass from Partey. That's what we love Partey for. An eye for a pass. Shoot.
That pass was beautiful.
Excellent pass from Partey. Excellent.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna cut my hair like Lacazette for Thursday, because that man he looks like he's on fire. He's back. What's GK says, Danny, where was Lacazette with that chance on Thursday?
Damn. Says damn. Where
Well,
was
you know,
Laka? Yeah.
it happens like that when you're playing in attack, man. I've had games like that where literally I've I've wasted about 6, 7 chances and I just couldn't score. And then, you have games where you just everything you touch it just goes in. So good thing is you can see the confidence is with Lacazette. Next game up, he's playing like he's playing today, um, and that's just what you need.
Everybody must be happy Martinelli plays and scores. Well, I've been saying for the longest time that Martinelli needs to start. You can't have a player of that quality and not start him. You can't sign a player of Saliba's quality and send him out on loan. Doesn't make any sense. And right now, we need defenders. Although the defense has been improved, but sometimes I think our defense.
Oh, that's a beautiful ball from Sheffield United. Must score.
It's not a goal.
Oh my gosh, we were cut open, man.
Exactly.
Ball,
From
beautiful.
midfield, we're defense, man. And it's very wide as well. Not even just wide, very wide. From a better team, that would have been a goal.
So Cool K was saying, Apollo, laugh out loud. You'll never see that pass from Xhaka. It's not in his locker. Well, actually, Xhaka has done some of those passes before. He just doesn't do it consistently.
Right. So Laka's coming off in the 87th, 88th minute, and he brings on Nketiah.
He looks vexed, man. He's walking off with pace, taking off his gloves. He's giving him a hug.
And you're bringing on Nketiah for the last 2 minutes.
Could have got a hat trick there, man. Go on in there, man. What happening? Give the man a little joy. 2 minutes left. Seriously?
Exactly. 13 in 27 in all competitions. Eddie, what have you done for me lately? I'll leave Eddie alone, man.
And Naomi says, the forgotten man comes on. Nketiah. Great man and management from Arteta.
Eddie. We're scoring 2-3 away against Prague. Thank you. I hope you're right, Cool K. I really hope you're right. I must say, under Arteta, our away form is better than it was under Emery and Wenger.
Yeah, it's just scratchy, man. We're on attack now. We must be able to get something. They send it through.
Oh,
Pepe's there. Give me a touch. Oh, come on, seriously. Good ball retention there by Ceballos. He does a little pirouette.
come on, Neni. Pass it on.
There. Over to Chambers, then to Partey. No triangle. Look at that. Poor movement from us. We go back to our defense.
No, it's like, why are we going backwards?
Xhaka right foot to Leno. Leno steadies himself to Chambers. No, holding to Partey. Partey to Leno. Leno hoofs it upfield. And the ball goes
Victor, I think Arteta is against child labour. 4 minutes. Anyone under 21 shouldn't be earning a salary. Ha, 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 ha. Arteta eating good tonight. Wifey must give him some loving. Okay. Xhaka passes it back.
So we've got 4 minutes of injury time. And I guess we're going to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel, guys. Greatly appreciate all the love. So our fellow Arsenal fans around the world can
Not quite, Partey, not quite.
can tune into our channel. So, who's your man of the match? 4 minutes of injury time left.
Martinelli. No, Lacazette. Lacazette. It's between Lacazette and Martinelli. In actual fact, both of them. For me, very interesting to know who is man of the match. Naomi says Lacazette. Anybody else who is your man of the match? I'll be also interested to finding out who's your waste man of the match. So anybody wants to bring up their waste man?
That's gonna be interesting.
Rob Holding has been very quiet this game. Defensively, it's been like Callum Chambers. Callum Chambers has been the one who's been our best defender this game. Stylistic says Lacazette. 18 says Pepe. Partey, an honourable man of the match. Clean sheet for Leno. It's been in age. No, Leno has not been man of the match. I still question his goalkeeping.
You know, it's an interesting one if you include in the waste man on the pitch, in all love and generosity. You know, even though we've got a clean sheet, Leno's probably has been the waste man because it hasn't really been tested during the game. But yeah, it's just nice to have a clean sheet. It's been so long, especially away from home.
As I say, you know, we've actually been playing better away from home under the last two and a half managers.
I don't know where this Danny Ceballos has come from today. I don't think this is probably his best game that I've seen him play without scoring.
That is a foul. Yellow card as well. From Ampadu. That was on Nketiah. Fulham, Everton, Newcastle next. Just try to go to run, even if it means F4. Says Greg G. They're all winnable games, especially Fulham. Okay. Apollo says it, and it's half time. Sorry, full time. So yes, convincing win. Although in the second half we looked laboured. It took a long time in the second half to score the second goal. But you know, we've done it. 3-0. 2 goals by Lacazette and 1 by Martinelli. Had a couple of good chances in the first half, as did Sheffield United. Sheffield United could have scored in the second half.
I'll tell you one thing for me. This game is always a confidence booster. First of all, we've got to get the result.
The microphone's low.
Then obviously you've got to...
Yeah, Vincey, your microphone's very low.
It's low, is it? Can you hear me?
Yeah. And it's scratchy as well. Yeah.
Is that better now?
Still low, but not scratchy.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, it was a convincing win. But like I said, you know, I think in the second half there were moments where we looked slightly complacent. We didn't look as though we were going to score, and at certain points, at a couple of points, it looked as though Sheffield United were allowed back in with their shots outside of goal. But yeah, it was. I'm happy with the win, and I'm hoping that this will be. And I always say this will be impetus for Thursday, but this is something that I always say. But we'll see what happens. So if everybody wants to give their ratings for today's game, please do. Would you like to wait? Should we just wait until the players come up? Yeah. So your ratings, ladies and gentlemen, once Apollo brings his up. Bertram says, well, we take whatever wins we get for the rest of the season, but it's all about Thursday and our recruiting in the summer. And it'll be very interesting to find out who we recruit in the summer. Very interesting, because I mean, one thing's for sure, as far as I'm concerned, we need a goalkeeper. Unless Arteta decides to give Matt Ryan a run out in the last 6 games that we have, or 7 games that we have.
Yeah, Stylistic is saying he thinks Saka's got injury worry. It says hamstring. He's kind of worried, or it could just think it's a muscle cramp. He had some ice on it. So yeah, I mean, sometimes you have a dead leg and cramp, and they just give you ice, and 24 hours it should be good to go. Is it still quiet, Apollo?
Slightly.
Slightly quiet. Hold on.
The play rating's coming right up. What else have we got? Let's read some of the messages while we wait for the ratings. GK says, but with all these clowns getting contract renewals, I wouldn't expect the club to lose a prospect on a free. Bertram says Arteta will play his best team until it's no longer mathematical, possibly to finish top 4, 6. The thing is, though, if we're aiming for at least top 6, because we're not getting top 4, forget that. We've got the wrong keeper in goal. In order to get top 6, we have to rely on other teams dropping points. And that's about as realistic as it gets. If Everton loses tomorrow, they are catchable, says Stylistics. What else have we got? Victor says man of the match should be left for the guy that was frozen out and came and played like a first starter. He's referring to Martinelli there. Greg G says Fulham, Arsenal, Fulham, Everton, Newcastle next. Just try to go on a run, even if it means absolutely nothing. GK says Guendouzi sadly hasn't improved much on loan. His contract is up as well at the end of the season. All right, so we got Apollo's rating. So he gives Leno 6, Chambers 7, Holding 7, Pablo Mari 6.5, Saka 6.5, Xhaka as usual non-applicable. Partey 7.5, Sabaya 7.5. Pepe 7.5, Lacazette 8.5, Martinelli 8, and Arteta 7. Okay, all right. Vincey has gone off. If you guys want to bring up your ratings, then please do, so I can read them out. So I'll go with my rating. So Leno, he gets a 5. Yes, he kept a clean sheet. Yes, he made a couple of good saves, but for me, he's still the indecisive goalkeeper that we have. He still makes the odd mistakes. He still dawdles around the ball, and he still cannot play out. He still can't play out from the back. He gets a 5. Chambers, I think, has been our best defender this today. I'd give him a 7.5. Closing down the attack, which, you know, and he looks hungry. He looked hungry today. Holding was very quiet. I guess, yeah. Out of him and Chambers, he's been very quiet. He was very quiet. But you know, he kept the ball out of the net, so I'll give him a 7. Mari, I also think he had a quiet game today, but at the same time, you can actually turn around and say he was also part and parcel of keeping the ball out of the net. So I give him a 7. Saka, I give him a 7. Did well to get at players. Came off injured, so I give him a 7. Xhaka is all right. Did nothing special. Give him a 6. Partey, excellent through pass to provide Lacazette with the second goal. I thought his passing was really on point today. I'm hoping that he does this on Thursday, so I'd give him a 7. Ceballos, not my favourite player. Made a couple of backheel passes. Give him a 6. Pepe, prefer him on the left-hand side. But considering this is Sheffield United, you know, he played reasonably well. Give him a 7. Lacazette, I give him an 8. Give him an 8.5. I took his goals well. I will also give Martinelli an 8.5 as well. They're my joint men of the match. Took his goal well, although it was a tap in. I don't really care. It was a goal. He was a threat for towards Sheffield United, so I give him an 8.5 as well. Arteta, for the sheer fact that he actually picked Martinelli today to start. I still query his late substitutions. I still query the fact that, you know, he's not playing certain players instead of Willian. You got Reece Nelson on the bench. You had Nketiah until about the last 2 minutes of the game. Yeah, there are still questions for him to answer, and I'm actually glad that he dropped Bamiyang today. I don't know whether he's got a cold or not, but that seems to be the official line. But anyway, I'll give him a 6.
Good.
Yeah, just sending off the phone.
Okay.
That's the podcast. Good.
Yeah, we'll come to another 30 minutes or so to go. Can you hear me now?
Okay. Yeah, that's better. Yeah.
Okay.
Cool K gives Leno 7, Chambers 7.5, Holding 7, Mari 6, Saka 6, Xhaka 6, Partey 7, Ceballos 7.5, Pepe 8, Lacazette 9, Martinelli 9. Danny, Leno 5, Chambers 7, Holding 6.5, Mari 7, Xhaka 7, Saka 6, Partey 8, Pepe 7, Lacazette 9, Martinelli 7, Arteta 8. Greg G, Leno 5, Chambers 8, Holding 7.5, Mari 6, Saka 5, Xhaka 6, Partey 8, Ceballos 7.5, Pepe 7.5, Lacazette 9, Martinelli 8.5. Stylistics, Leno 5, Chambers 7, Holding 7, Mari 6, Saka 6.5, Xhaka 6, Ceballos 6.5, Partey 8.5, Pepe 7.5, Lacazette 9, Martinelli 8.5, Arteta 7. Leno 6, Chambers 7, Mari 6.5. This is 18. Mari 6, Saka 6, Xhaka 6, Partey 8. Ceballos 7.5, Pepe 7.5, Lacazette 9, Martinelli 8. Lacazette admitting the confidence has been low in the last couple of games on BT Sport commentary. Okay, well, yeah, it looks as though it's been low, and we don't know if it's the players themselves or it's a combination of the manager and the players. And we don't really know what happens behind the scenes, apart from the videos that we see of them training. Interesting scores from Mari and greetings, people. Okay. Evening, Uzo. All right. Vincey, what's your scores?
Apollo, could you just pop up your Apollo's ratings? Yeah, first of all, I think in regards to what Ebony said, there's got to have to be a waste man on the team today, and that has to be Leno, only because Sheffield United really didn't test him really. So I will give Leno a 6. My Chambers, Holding, and Mari, they did what they needed to do. Chambers played very well, and I'd really give them a 7. All three of them, Chambers, Holding, and Mari, for me, played well. Yes, they didn't dominate. They didn't need to dominate, but they did what they needed to do. Chambers really is looking a special player, quite versatile, and yeah, a lot of confidence there in the back four. So for 7-4-3, Saka, I'd give. I'll probably give about a 7 as well. He played well in the first half. Obviously struggled with injury in the second half, but he looks like he's getting back into form, which is positive for us. It's a shame he got that knock, and it looks like it's either a dead leg or cramp. So hopefully he can recover for Thursday night. I'll fill in Apollo's ratings for Xhaka because he doesn't have the capability to do it on his keyboard. And I would actually give Xhaka a 7.5 today. Why? Because he's playing left back and he's not playing his natural position, but he's forced to put in that position. And yeah, Sheffield United aren't the best team, but he didn't really put us in any pressure really. And we've hit any of his mistakes. He used the ball intelligently, and I'm going to give him credit. He played a good game out of position. So 7.5 for Xhaka. Partey had a good game in midfield with Ceballos. Really good tandem. Partey, I'll agree with Apollo there with a 7.5. For me, Ceballos actually gets an 8. And this is probably one of the best games I've seen. You know, his assist to the goal for Lacazette was beautiful. And, you know, he was in and around the opponent's box and our box. He was up and down, used the ball intelligently. If only he can stop falling down for no reason. He's got to sort his boots out, but he really had a good game for me today. So I want to give credit where it's due. 8 for Ceballos. Pepe had another good game. You know, assists, I'll give him an 8. This guy's a threat. You know, he's playing on the right-hand side today, and at times it was a bit frustrating because we know he can be more dangerous on the left, but give this guy open space, run at goal. He's going to terrorize defenders, force the goalkeeper to make a save, and great assist there for Martinelli in his goal. My man of the match is Lacazette. This performance, if you see this guy in midweek, he looked like he just finished eating 15 dumplings and he couldn't run. He was struggling midweek. See him today, this guy's up and down, in defense, linking up play, in attack, positive, striking the ball well. Missed a good opportunity first half. I thought he would have done better, curled it wide. But the guy looked sharp today, bagged 2 goals. My man of the match with 9. And my favourite player, my future at Arsenal, Martinelli. Love it. Love to see him back starting. And he had some real great shots, good shots in the first half. So you can see he's got an eye for goal. But his movement for me, for his goal, and he could easily have been offside, held the line beautifully, and it was just there to pounce. And I just think it was a great return for a good performance from Martinelli today. And my rating for Arteta, I'm actually going to give him. I want to give him an 8.5. It's really good today. I mean, yes, he's had challenges with losing his captain to man flu, and we know what it's like, men. That's going to take a few weeks. So don't beat up Arteta if Abba's not there on Thursday. Man flu is a serious sitting there. So 8.5 I'm going to give to Arteta. My only vex thing is, when are we going to see Nelson? Is that the last that we're going to see Nelson in an Arsenal kit? I can't remember the last time he played. I can't even remember. It's that bad. It's that bad. But we got the result today. First thing, good goals, beautiful football. I mean, it made us feel like Arsene Wenger was in charge.
Great pass and movement.
Yeah. So Kez says Leno 6, Chambers, Holding, Mari, Xhaka all get a 7. Tobias gets an 8. Saka 6.5. Partey 7.5. Pepe gets a 7. And Kez's man of the match is Lacazette with 8.5. Martinelli gets an 8. And he gives Arteta a 7. Apollo says, Vincey, I think Arteta done right here, going with Xhaka as left back. Sheffield don't have fast wingers. It's a good decision. Still not worthy the effort from his keyboard. I understand you must have some affiliation with Microsoft because, boy, it somehow is not working for you, but we'll fill in for you, man. We'll give Xhaka his ratings and his props when it's due, man, when it's due. Victor says there was no left back or right back today, guys. It was a back three.
That's what I thought it was, like a 3-5-2. Yeah.
Yeah, it's somehow we just seem to see Xhaka in that left back position, even though it's like he wasn't far forward. Where we were just told, but probably just to hang out there and just cool out there, man. And he done the business for me. He moved the ball well. Didn't have any pressure, so we needed to do.
But then again, this was Sheffield United, and Sheffield United are at the bottom of the Premier League for a reason. So it wasn't really a taxing game to play against them, which is why we got away with playing Xhaka at left back.
Mm.
And we've got better teams coming up, so I wouldn't get all excited at his performance today, to be honest. But he did what he did well.
Kez was saying that. I think Kez was saying that, like I said earlier, Jordan played with the flu. We know that. Flu. I think flu in different countries is different. Flu in the UK, bad sitting. Cool K says if it was a 3-5-2, then Xhaka was way out of position and offered nothing to the midfield. Just stating the facts.
Maybe. It might be only Sheffield United, but this is Arsenal this season. You have to agree with Kez there. I'm glad for the win. 3 points is 3 points, and it gets us within 1 point of Tottenham. But this is the kind of performance that we need to be doing in every single game, or attempting to do in every single game.
Yeah, and I think for me, I think fans we've been beaten down. We've had some tough weeks, and regardless of the opponent, we've still made it difficult. So Sheffield United, they could have put us under serious pressure today. We looked decent. We looked fluid at times, and that's something that we haven't seen for a few weeks. And just having the likes of Martinelli, Pepe, Saka playing with Lacazette, we felt confident that we were going to break down this Sheffield United team, and we scored some good goals. I'm happy for that. We playing quite a few teams in relegation for the rest of the season. So it's not walkovers. Some teams are going to give us real hard games. So I'm going to take them 3 points when it comes. So Greg G says, let's be truthful about Xhaka, Apollo, and Kulke are bang on. Until he gets a runner at him, it only worked because it's Sheffield United. Yeah, we know it. We know it.
I totally agree, Greg. Can't really argue with that point. So Bias will be giving away the ball come Thursday if he starts. I agree with that as well. Sorry, it's a fact. I mean, today it worked with him, and he gets. I guess he gets a high mark because it was Sheffield United. Let's be honest. Apollo says you can't even praise Arteta too much for this. You don't deserve too much praise for beating the worst team in the league. Just get the job done and move on to Thursday. And once again, I agree. I mean, this is why the reason why I rated Arteta in today's game a 6, because of the fact that he wants to bring on substitutes late, and the fact that he brought on Willian, when we all know that Willian ain't that great. His best days are behind him. But I mean, how long did it take for Arteta to actually bring on Martinelli? How long did it take Arteta to start Martinelli today?
Yeah, I mean, I've got a theory. I personally think Arsene Wenger's had he has weekly chats with Arteta, and he said, annoy the fans by making substitutes at 70 minutes. It's something I did on a regular basis, and you do the same, and he's just doing it. That's just how he works. It's frustrating the hell out of us, but this is Arteta. It's just nice for me just to see them young players link up, and that there was a patch in the second half where the one-touch passing was beautiful all across the field, and interplay of Ceballos to Martinelli to Laka, back and forth, and that's football, man. That's what we want. We want fluid football, and we got a glimpse of it today against a poor team. So hopefully we can reproduce that against Slavia Prague on Thursday.
Yes, sorry, go on.
No, you go for it.
Let's be honest, Danny isn't a bad player. He has had some bad games, and he is also playing where he's more comfortable. I think he's haphazard, quite frankly. Arteta Osaka, he had some discomfort in his thigh. I don't know what it is. I hope no. But the last thing we need is another attacking midfielder with an issue, of course. Because if Saka is out for Thursday, and I know we shouldn't really rely too heavily on him because he is still young, and we don't want him burnt out. But who do we have? I mean, I guess we could just put on Balogun, or we could put on Nketiah.
Yeah, or even Nelson. I mean, Dee's got a comment here, and he says, I still think they'll get knocked out on Thursday. This team somehow find a way to mess things up. And I kind of agree with you, Dee, because we don't look confident and comfortable, but we've been managing to get the results and scraping through. So, we should beat Slavia Prague, simple. A tough game it will be against Villarreal in if they get through in the second leg. But if they can manage this another away game and get a result, that's just positive, and that for me is good experience for the youngsters. They need that. If they don't get the opportunity to play in games like this, they're not going to be able to manage the ins and outs of Premiership football. So by any means necessary, get a result on Thursday and play good, or if not, just get the result.
D-Dub says D-Dub also says Mikel's going to resort back to his silly formation and include his son Bellerin and play Cedric in left back.
But for me, Bellerin didn't do too bad in the last game. I just think we've got to take the game. We've got to take take the game to them and take our chances, they will come at us because they've got to score. They know they've got to score. So we've just got to be intelligent and let our football do the talking. And, you know, Lacazette on this form like we saw today, he's going to make amends for the foolishness that he played in the first leg. He's got to. Gets them chances, he's going to put them away.
I hope so. And, you know, I find that, you know, we actually play better without Aubameyang. We play a hell of a lot better. Sorry to say, I know he's our captain, but, you know, we need players that are happy to track back, to tackle, and not just, you know, wait to be fed. And sometimes, you know, because we don't have the team to fit, we don't have the sort of players that can actually allow Aubameyang to be a poacher. We just don't have it. Sorry to say, but we really don't. Greg G says, still like Mari. Not sure why he doesn't get credit. Honestly, prefer him to Gabriel currently. Gabriel has made some silly mistakes.
And that's the thing. That's the thing that I saw when I scouted him. He tights mark. He gets a lot of yellow cards, and sometimes indecision is what lets him down. But Mari's got a lot of composure. He reads the game well. No nonsense, clears it out, gets the ball away early, and you know he should get more credit for his performances.
D-Dub says Leno is a bag of nerves down the stretch. Agreed. He had an Olympiakos moment against Slavia with that silly time wasting and pass. And today, you know, I mean, today's game, it's like, you know, there was a point where he punched the ball out where he could have actually just caught it and maybe kicked it out. You know, I mean, there are many times, including this game, where he could have actually just got the ball and kicked it out straight away, or just picked it up and then kicked it out. But no, what he does in every single game is that he looks indecisive. He can't play from the back, and I just want this to stop because he's crap playing from the back. This is why we should have kept Martinez. Sorry to go on about it, but at the end of the day, it's not him alone, but he's had a hand in costing us games.
Apollo says, credit to Laka, really stepped up. We were questioning him and his motivation, physical performances, and he's proved our doubters wrong. It's not just the goals, but his all-round game. Definitely. Yeah. I mean,
his hold-up play is excellent.
The guy played like Aguero today. And more, you know, how deep he came with the ball, like he was a deep line centre mid, and just drifting through the game. I never saw this in his Arsenal when he first came to Arsenal. I knew he could finish, turn and shoot, great shot from long distance. But this deep line tracking back that he's suddenly adapted to his game has really helped us out, and that shows how glaring we have a problem in centre midfield in our two partnerships. You know, we have Partey. His first season, he's had a lot of injuries. He's not on form. But again, you see Xhaka having Lacazette playing so deep to get the ball is showing you that, you know, what we're missing in midfield, and we need our striker to be further up the field, getting those opportunities and those passes and conserving his energy. So that's something Arteta's going to have to sort out in the summer. So GK says the amount of chances we had last Thursday, we should have put the tie in the coffin for real.
Exactly. Kez says Martinez at Arsenal is dead. I think fans need to move on. It would be different if he was on our bench. I think the reason why people are still on at the Martinez/Leno debate is because we had a perfectly decent goalkeeper.
To agree with that. And GK says we can't play Xhaka left back in Europe. I'm sorry. There's better teams to come with quality wingers and pace. Yeah.
I agree.
I'm not sure we'd be able to deal with that on the podcast. We may get banned for our language if he does play left back.
Yeah.
D-Dub says GK, we always play to the opposition. The only way the team comes out the blocks is if the other team scores. They'll waste about 30 minutes on Thursday just passing it around. And
Yeah.
so we've got a good back and forth with GK and D-Dubs. GK say, yeah, pretty much we got to score, to be honest. We've got to go at them.
Yeah, from the word go. We need to be on the front foot from the word go. D-Dub says, still start Auba. On Thursday, his pace to stretch teams will be a much needed weapon. If he slacks after 60 minutes, sling him off. You know what? This is what I can see on Thursday. If Aubameyang starts on Thursday, he will be exactly the same as he has been in the last 3 hours of football.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing for me with Aubameyang. What we can't forget, we still have a 20 to 30 goal a season player at the club. And it's really down to the manager to get this guy mentally prepared for the games. That's not happening. So you can't just rely on his past and just put him on there and the guy's not happy. He's got to sort that out, whether it's flu or not, whether he's vexed. You know, this guy's just got a big contract. It's down to the manager to really sort out the formation and get this guy playing, because if he doesn't, that's a wasted asset to the team. And we don't need him not playing. We need him playing well and scoring. But if he's not, and he's not contributing, then the bench is there.
Yeah, but I mean, even if Auba starts, and he's not even contributing, he won't come off at the 60th minute. Arteta will wait until maybe between 70 and 80 minutes to take him off.
Kez says Martinez at Arsenal is dead. I think the fans need to move on. I think we've heard that one. Yeah, will be different on the bench. Apollo says Kez Martinez would not leave Villa for this. Yeah, Kez says Vincent. Sorry, Apollo says Vincent. My only disappointment was not seeing Aziz make a debut. I thought this was the moment, especially when we were 2 up. Yeah, and this is you got to look at Arteta. For me, when does he decide to make those chances? Give players a taste of Premiership football. Give those players a taste of European football. You know, Nelson could have come on and held on the ball on the wing on Thursday night. And this is the things that, as a young manager, for me, Arteta needs to get those opportunities, because you may need those players further on down when injuries come and suspensions.
Yeah, totally agree. Kes says 101 on Arsenal. Martinez might be the better goalkeeper, but in terms of concessions and where both teams are, there isn't much between them. He took his moment and has run with it. Good luck to him. Reads Ebony after she buys a shirt with Martinez blazoned on the back. Just don't. Victor says all hell breaks loss. You mean lose? When we play 4-3-3, it's a big hole in the midfield. Xhaka, Partey, and Ceballos. Odegaard. Does he mean Balogun? D-Dub says the only way this team beats Slavia is if Arteta plays Saka left back. If he doesn't, which he won't, we're getting knocked out. There's a point.
Because so you think these teams say they're going to attack down that side?
Yeah, I think wherever you put Saka, he's a threat. He's one of these players where, you know, there's got to be 2 opposing players on him at least. That's how much of a threat he is. That's how fast he is. That's how clever he is. So I think, you know, maybe playing him left back, it will be a threat. And, you know, and he can actually cross as well.
But, you know, does that then cause a problem with Martinelli on the left? Does that then take away from the attacking prowess that Martinelli would normally add to the team if Saka does play left back? Because then you're you're positioning, you're pigeonholing Pepe on the right hand side, and then Smith Rowe may not play. Who's going to play in the middle? Willian?
No.
If he's going to play Aubameyang up front. So, yeah, that's something that I think Cedric. I'll play Cedric there again personally. For me,
I'm just hoping that it doesn't actually mess up as he did on Thursday. But
Greg G says we'll see how things pan out. I still think Mikel should go, but today was good. Games should be given. A game should give him a chance to finally get a winning spree in the league going. The major negative has been Saka's injury today.
I'm hoping that it's not an injury and that it's just a cramp that he can actually overcome.
Yeah, getting injured. And D-Dub says he agrees with me. He says Wenger would have brought on Nelson and Aziz. Mikel is too stiff-necked. Why even bring on El Neni and Willian against this terrible side? Again, it's they're not seeing out the game. So, just give these youngsters a taste of Premiership football. I mean, where else are they going to get it? It's just stunting their growth, man.
I can see Aziz going out on loan if he doesn't get a game in the Premiership soon. Well, not obviously not this season, but it's a Wengerism that I feel that Arteta has actually adopted. Just give him a chance.
Yeah, Kez says at D-Dubs, the team still needs to get the job done, and it's about confidence. I think for me, what I'm looking at is the fact that I'm really pleased that Balogun's got his contract. I think this guy's got a lot of talent. But what does that then say in regards to the timing of Eddie, where Eddie gets to come on and Balogun doesn't? Was he on the bench today? I mean, how is just the way how Arteta's dealing with some of these fringe players? To me, it's just concerning. It's because we're quite thin. We're quite a thin squad right now. Any injuries, we're really struggling. D says the left side has zero balance. Emery played Saka left back for a stretch with Martinelli ahead of him, and it worked well. Yeah, good point. They did have a good little tandem there, and I think the key there, D, was that Abba was playing at that point position well. He was interested, so the link-up play with on the left-hand side was great. They could link up with Abba and make runs with Pepe on the right-hand side.
It just says putting Saka as a left back is akin to a potential scorer deep on our half. He needs to play right wing or left wing. Yeah, so he's a little bit more forward actually, which is fair enough. Arteta management of these players has been horrible. I also include the players out on loan. I agree. I totally agree with that, D-Dubs. I don't know, the Guendouzi situation, who knows about that? Torreira, that's questionable. Saliba, not quite sure what's going on there. Why is he out on loan for a second time? Who else is it? Mavropanos. People forget about him. And the fact that you've got Nketiah, Reece Nelson on the bench. You're only bringing on Nketiah for the last 2 minutes of the game. We've got Maitland-Niles out on loan at West Brom. Is it Wolves? No, West Brom. And we could actually do with him right now because he's the only utility player that we've got. I think if Maitland-Niles was here, we'd actually be in a better position.
Yeah, I think I agree. I mean, we miss his versatility, and that allowed Arteta to be tactical. And I think he's showing how he's struggling to be tactical in certain games and plays, and if they're not following his instructions or they're not happy. having players who can just do a job. It doesn't make the game hard when you just do a job in certain positions and you do it well, and allow those creative players in those positions to take the game to the next level. And that's a challenge for me. Greg says, "Great show, guys. Apollo, please get better, dude." Yes, man.
He
Just
is.
sending love and blessings to Apollo. Just get better, get healthy. We miss you, but we appreciate what you're doing.
Thank you.
And
Yeah.
Your comments that are keeping the podcast going, and
Yeah.
and love on Facebook as well. The guys on Facebook each week giving out some of the comments, some of the posts are funny, and I just love the way that we may not all agree with some of the players, the fans' views on players, but the interaction from day to day on Facebook is great. So like and subscribe, continue to contribute online, and in the
guys.
It's greatly appreciated.
Yep, the more likes, the more subscriptions, the more people will the more new people will actually get involved in the in the watch-alongs as well, making comments in the watch-alongs as well. Yeah, so please keep it going, guys. Apollo, you are recovering, so can't wait for you to get back. Really can't.
And don't forget, Apollo has sent on our Facebook group. He has sent out a request if anybody does want to come on the podcast to get in contact with him. It's great to see new faces and have put faces to names and just have commentary. It's something I've enjoyed. Just doing the commentary live. It's helped me with my challenges and so forth, and just the banter as well with the panel when it's full. It's just great. So get in contact with Apollo if you want to jump in.
Kez says, "Great show, people. Get well soon, Apollo." Yes, do get well soon, and thank you, Kez. D-Dub says, who plays left back, Victor? Right food. What was it? Right food. Cedric, Xhaka. You need natural balance. This is Slavia, not Barcelona. We've got enough attacking options, and Saka can still be dangerous foraging forward. D-Dub says, "Get well soon, Apollo. Would love for you to be back for the Europa League final, but unfortunately this team won't make it, so rest up for the rest of the season, fam."
Okay.
See what happens on Thursday.
If those in the chat, if you think Arsenal are going to get to the Europa final, just say yes or no in the comments. And look at that. Lacazette has got to 50
goals.
Premier League goals in, what was that, 124 appearances?
Yeah, which is pretty good.
Mm.
I mean, he has missed quite a few chances as well, but his goals, some of his goals have actually gotten us out of trouble. So yeah, I'm happy for him. 50 goals in 124 Premier League starts or games. Yep, congratulations, and keep going. And people are saying that you're playing for a contract. I've never been one of those people that want to see you go. If anything, between Lacazette and Aubameyang, if I had to sell one of them, it would be Aubameyang. I know people disagree with that, but it's only my opinion. Where are we? Let me just read some more comments. Victor says Eddie is a flop. I don't think so. I just think that, when you have a manager that doesn't play him for whatever reason. Evening, Tony, Pugilist Boy. Where were you this afternoon? Probably busy. Okay, Vincey's gone off for a bit. Where are we? Let me just read some of these comments. That one's already been read. Let me see if there's any new comments. D-Dub says no. This team has the IQ of a screwdriver down the stretch, especially in Europe. They'll bottle it. You know what? I'm trying. You know what? For every game, irrespective of who it's against, even if it's a team that we will beat, I'm always optimistic. I try to be as optimistic as I possibly can, and if that optimism spreads across and it bounces off of other people, great. But I try my best to be as optimistic. Don't really like seeing my team lose, but I'm hoping on today's performance can actually be transferred, and whatever they do on the in the training can be transferred on Thursday. And I think it can. I think it can.
Yeah, I just think players' minds. It's there's a relax in training, and they bring out all the stops, and you see all the flashness and so forth, and then when you get onto the pitch, and you realise that the man in front of you's got a little bit of pace or has got a little bit of body, he's gonna, it's a different proposition. Then it gets down to confidence, and your ability should stand out. And sometimes it's a little bit glaring how poor some of the decisions we make. But today, poor opposition. But again, you still got to some of the movement that was done, the one-touch passing. You actually saw that was going on in training, and it looked good. It was productive, and the goals were Wenger-esque. And we just got to start producing that more. And it starts up here.
It's all about mentality and belief. Don't really want to sound like Wenger there when I say belief, but because that was one of his favorite words, and mental strength. But I guess it is about mental strength, and it's mind over matter.
It is. I mean, playing the game, from my days of playing the game, if you ain't got the mental strength, forget it. Don't even talk about ability. Just forget it. You've got to be in tune into the game, and this is where I look and I see the struggles with Aubameyang, because we know the guy's got the ability. His head's just not in the game. He's not there in doing what he should do to help and support his team, whether it's tracking back. Look at some of the positions where he's snatching at the ball when he should just be putting his foot through it. It's clear to see there's a player who's not mentally right when he's getting on the pitch. You saw Lacazette today. Different player to Thursday. And, we were at home on Thursday. We were away today. There wasn't that much difference between the teams, really. Slavia Prague is poor. Sheffield United are poor. I mean, you're seeing a player who was switched on today. He needed to make amends for his Thursday performance. So, yeah, whenever you cross the line to play football, man, you mentally got to be there. So, good evening, Tony. Good to see you, bro. He asked the questions: are we seeing a better team without Abba?
Yes. Like I said, we play better without him. It's not a nice thing to say about your captain, but at the end of the day, we there's more urgency. There's more chances on goal. If Lacazette is up front with somebody, with somebody else other than Aubameyang, more chances are created, goals are scored. There's a bit of tracking back. There's a bit more fight. With Aubameyang, he just wants to be fed, and in the position that we're in, we need fighters off the ball in our team, and Aubameyang isn't one of them.
I think for me, it shows two things. First of all, that we can play without Aubameyang. I think as fans, we had this fear that obviously if Aubameyang doesn't play, we can't play. So it's first of all showing that we can actually play. And secondly, the movement behind the ball is better than even when Aubameyang is actually playing. So again, we've got two pluses. When he does come back into the team, it shows the level that he has to get back to, because we have balance on the left and right. We have balance in midfield. he can't then just come in and stink it up. So he's going to, the more we continue to play like that, is going to force Aubameyang to get back to the player who we used to love and adore. So yeah, good question, Tony. Maybe Abba needs to go back to his old haircut, and maybe things will start to come back.
He also makes another comment as well. Nenny for Martinelli. Reece Nelson must be fuming. Come on now. When are you going to bring this guy back on? What's he done to be ousted like that?
Yeah, I mean, he's carrying on like he's only got 15 players to play. And certain managers sitting on the bench in Europe when you can make 5 subs and looking at him sideways and wondering what's going on.
Exactly. Come on now. At least bring him on Thursday. If not, then I wouldn't blame Reece Nelson if he wanted to leave. D-Dub says, I don't think they'll be the better side on Thursday to mess it up. They'll just be lackluster and timid.
I've got to see.
I can understand Dubs's pessimism. I can understand it because we've been down that avenue before. But as I say, I'm doing my best to be optimistic, and I'm hoping, and I do this every time, and I don't know why I waste my time. I'm hoping that certain players aren't picked. I'm hoping that certain players don't come on as sub.
Yeah, and that is concerning when, as a fan, you're looking and you're saying that, and you've got more than one player that you're feeling that way, and that manager normally goes to that player. D-Dub says, I'm telling you guys from now, this team is not going through. I thought this before the first leg, but Mikel's lineup will have your heart sinking. Apollo says, D, I also think they're not going through. I don't trust them. Wrong players, wrong system. Keeps playing players who've let him down. No punishment for failure. D-Dub says he agrees with Tony. I even think Aziz might be fuming. His first touch, he kicked the ball out for a throw-in. Garbage. He's been here for 5 seasons. Is this why we moved to this stadium?
He's talking about El Neni.
He could be talking about El Neni.
Oh, maybe he's talking about saying that Aziz has been here for 5 seasons. Okay. But not really had a chance to come on the pitch. Maybe D-Dub says maybe he does these lineups to piss us off. Look at what Bellerin. Look what he does with Bellerin. Absurd.
I mean, here's the thing.
And Bellerin has had like an on-off season.
I mean, here's the thing, guys. Those who are expecting, who don't think we're going to go through in this round, would you be more upset if we lost to Villarreal in the semi-finals than losing to Slavia Prague away?
I'd be annoyed at losing to Slavia Prague for the simple fact that Slavia Prague were crap on Thursday. What did they do? The only chance that the only real chance they got is the one right at the end. Apart from that, we played them off the park.
Yeah, and we gave them the chance. We gave them the opportunities, and Villarreal could expose us because of our frailties. The only thing with it being an enticing tie is the fact that it would be up against Emery. And I think fans would like to probably see that. But it's a tricky tie Thursday. Tricky tie because we can just mess it up because that's just what we do. So Victor says, I think it's more of the formation. Obo has played in 4-3-3, where he's forced to run and defend. But today we played 5 in midfield. Did you see any strikers fall back to defend? Either Abo's formation and his. I think today Lacazette dropped back today beautifully, and it was needed. That extra man. He played a blinder today. Lacazette, up and down, top notch, great attitude. Apollo says Slavia can't play any worse. They're much better at home. It might open things up for us. People say we are shit, but we hit the woodwork 3 times.
We weren't shit. We weren't shit on Thursday. We were excellent. We just couldn't put away our chances. That's the only part of the game in which we failed. Otherwise, we played Slavia Prague off the park.
I wonder if one of those 3 times you include in Leno's parry onto the bar for their corner.
Yeah, we just didn't take our chances. We didn't take our chances. Simple as. Should have scored 3 or 4 or 5.
Well, it looks like D's putting a lot of money on Arsenal going out on Thursday. Let me know what odds you get in there, D. I may have to jump in because you seem confident that we're going out on Thursday.
D-Dub says Slavia are fake Sparta. Everyone mixes them up with Sparta Prague. At the moment this team gets knocked out, Mikel should be sacked. They won't sack him. They won't sack him.
I think he got out of jail with the result today, so he's going to be hard pressed to sack him if he goes on Thursday. Again, manner of defeat is always key. Sometimes the result doesn't go your way. You can be freak. It could be a ball draw, and we go out and away goals. It's the manner of how you go out of these tournaments is real key.
All right, to our closing comments. What would you say in our closing comments, Vincey?
I think it was a good confidence booster for the squad and for Lacazette today. He played a blinder. Shame with some of the knocks that we had with our players, but great for Martinelli to finally start a game. I think that will please fans and score. You can see it. There's a guy chomping to get on the pitch, taking on players, shooting, making the goalkeeper honest, and that's what we need. And he was rewarded with his goal. Partey he improved on his performance midweek. Partey and Ceballos looked great in midfield today against a poor team, and our defense didn't really have any problems. So we've got it out of the way. We've got 3 points, which was needed. Celebrate 3 points whenever we get it, guys, in the league. All eyes looking forward to a positive game in Prague. So yeah, happy days, 3 points, job done.
I would also say that we did play very well today, albeit being a very poor Sheffield United side who are propping up the table. But that said, yes, it was an improvement on Thursday. But that said, I'm hoping, and I say this all the time, that I'm hoping that this is the impetus for Thursday. I don't know whether we've still got any injuries. I'm hoping that certain players will be back for Thursday, because should we get knocked out, and should we not make even the top 6, we have absolutely no European games next season. And maybe that is something that will be a blessing in disguise for Arsenal, because it means that we'll have less games to worry about, and that we can concentrate more on the league, and hoping that other teams within the league, because they've got Europe, they'll have more games and they'll have more tiredness, etc. But that said, will that be something that will cause players to want to leave? Who knows? If they're real and they want to, if they're real, they'd want to stay and fight, for us to get back to where we need to be back to, which is within the top 4. But I'm keeping confident for Thursday, and I'm just hoping that that the right players get put in the right positions, and that the right formation, the right tactics are employed.
I think the only thing that's going to save Arteta, even if we do go out, I know fans think that you're going to have young players leaving, but the key thing is we've got the European Cup in the summer, the European Championships in the summer, and then you've got the World Cup qualifiers straight afterwards. So the thing is, you've got players who want to get into their squads, so they're not going to leave to clubs if they cannot get into the team. So if you're already at Arsenal and you already are playing, that's the only thing for me thinking that they would actually stay, because they get the opportunity to play to get into their national team. And with the nature of pandemic and there's 2 championships being so close together, I think that's what players always look for at approaching these international championships.
And the fact that we've got the Euros this summer, and then straight after that, we're gonna have to think about next year's already. Next year's World Cup, which I believe is going to be it in Qatar?
Yeah, and that's going to be November. So this is saying it's a short
November,
period.
December. Yeah.
The players, you think players would leave because obviously they can't get European football, but they've got to then play to get into their national teams. So it's kind of worked out good for Arteta, but
that's the risk people take, though. That they'll go to a team because they want to play in Europe, and then they're on the bench. And then when it comes to being picked for the national side, they're not being picked because no one's seen them play. That's the risk that a lot of players take.
Yeah. But that's really in the back burner. Get the result on Thursday. Arteta pick the right team. Get our man Martinelli out there, and I think his pace will cause them problems, and Laka will do the business.
All right, folks, that is it for another game, another day, and we will be back on Thursday. Be optimistic. 3-0 to the Arsenal today. Try and be optimistic, guys. I know it's difficult to see the kind of season that we've had and the position that we're in. I think we're 9th now. So keep the faith, and we will see you on Thursday.
Yeah, looking forward to your 3 good, 3 bad tomorrow with Michelle. Have a good week, guys. Be safe. Enjoy the victory, and see you on the forum later on today or tomorrow. All right, stay blessed. It's been emotional. Well done, Ebony.
Thanks, guys. Much. Peace.
See you on Thursday.